Hello, welcome back to my channel English Study Class. Today in this video let us learn the linkers. Linkers in English language are used to link ideas and sentences. Before coming to the concept of linkers, let us look at some of the examples. The first example I can tell you, the match was delayed because of the power cut. In this sentence you see, the match was delayed is one part, another part the power cut. These two parts have been combined, are linked by the use of because. Come to the second sentence. Although it was raining, we went out for a drive. In this sentence, although is called a linker. So it is linking. It was raining, we went out for a drive. These two parts have been linked by the use of although. Come to the third sentence. The bell rang and the students ran immediately. The bell rang is one part. The student ran immediately is another part. So immediately is the word that's going to link the two ideas. The fourth sentence. The presentation was lengthy, nevertheless it was informative. Well, in this sentence, nevertheless is a linker. The two parts, the presentation was lengthy and another part, it was informative. These two parts have been combined with the use of linker nevertheless. It was a tiring day. Moreover, there was a heavy traffic due to the protest. In this sentence, moreover is a linker. You see, it comes in the middle of the sentence. The first part of the sentence, it was a tiring day. And the next part of the sentence, there was a heavy traffic due to the protest. These two parts have been combined by the use of the linker moreover. Friends, now let's come to the meaning of the word linker. With the above background of the examples, linkers, as you can understand, are words that relate one idea or sentence of the text with another. So, linking words are words that join clauses into sentences. For example, you can say but, therefore, later, moreover, accordingly, etc. These linkers connect the ideas logically in a text. They function as a way to guide the reader or listener. Linkers are especially useful when making arguments and are an important part of any type of analysis. They make the meaning specific. Now the question is how to choose a linker. Meaning is the first and the most important criteria in choosing a linker. The second is a logical relation that needs to be made distinctly clear. Well, you can see some examples here. Linkers like because, so, and therefore expresses logical relations which are different from those expressed by although, but, and nevertheless. Let's know the types of linkers. There are three main types of linking words. The first type is called conjunctions, second type is called sentence connectors, third type is called subordinators. Friends, now let's come to the conjunctions, the first type of linkers. These conjunctions or linkers are the most common form of linking words. They are used to join two parts of a sentence together, are generally used in the middle of a sentence. There are 7 coordinating conjunctions. They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. You could remember these coordinating conjunctions by the acronym fanboys. F stands for, A stands for and, N stands for nor, B stands for but, O stands for or, Y stands for yet, S stands for so. Let's look at some examples. Successful students work hard and they organize their time effectively. I play the piano and I sing in the choir. Well, in these two sentences, and is the conjunction that relate the two sentences. Well, this and is also called as the coordinating conjunction. Now let's jump onto the second type of linkers. That is called sentence connectors. Friends, sentence connectors are used to link ideas from one sentence to the next and to give paragraphs coherence. Sentence connectors perform different functions and are placed at the beginning of a sentence. They are used to introduce order, contrast, sequence ideas, theory, data, etc. Friends, now let's look at some of the important sentence connectors. The first one is connectors of logical or sequential order or time. Well, in this list, there are few words I have collected here. The linkers like firstly, secondly, thirdly, next, initially, to begin with, last, lastly, finally, in addition, furthermore, also, at present, presently, at the same time, currently, meanwhile, simultaneously, soon, subsequently, then, next, usually, before, after, thereafter, eventually, when, until, whenever, etc. The second one is connectors of order of importance. In this list, I can give some words like most, more importantly, most significantly, above all, primarily, it is essential, essentially, etc. Now let's move on to the connectors of contrast. In this list, there are few words like however, on the other hand, on the contrary, by comparison or in comparison, in contrast, in spite of, although, compared to, yet, after all, whereas, instead, conversely, meanwhile, rather, etc. These linkers will help us to contrast the idea. Let's move to the fourth one, that is connectors of result. In a sentence, an information is given, followed by that some other information will tell us the result or outcome. In such a situation, we need to use the connectors like as a result, as a consequence, consequently, therefore, thus. Move on to the fifth one. That's called connectors of comparison. These linkers will help us to compare the first with the next. For this context, we use the linkers like similarly, also, likewise, as with, equally, in the same way, etc. The next one is connectors of reason. You can find some of the linkers in this kind. They are the cause of, the reason for, etc. Now let's jump onto the third type of linkers. They are called as subordinators. Subordinators are linking words that are used to join clauses together. They are used at the beginning or in the middle of a sentence. There are a few types of subordinators. Let's come to the first one. That's called as subordinators of comparison and contrast. In this list, we can see the linkers like although, though, even though, while, whereas, etc. We can see some examples here. Hari likes tennis, whereas Srinu prefers basketball. In this sentence, whereas is the linker that is said to be a linker of comparison and contrast. In the second example, although it was raining, we still went to the park. In this sentence, although is said to be a linker that is a kind of comparison and contrast. Whereas the first part of the sentence, it was raining. The second part of the sentence, we still went on to the park. These two sentences have been compared and contrasted by the use of the word although. In the third sentence, you can observe, even though I asked Sue for help, she refused to help me. In this sentence, you can see, I asked Sue for help is one part. She refused to help me is another part. These two parts have been combined by the use of even though. Well, by the use of this even though, the sentence is going to contrast or compare the two parts. The second part of the subordinators is subordinators of cause and effect. In this, we can see some words like since, so, that, because. And the third part of the subordinators is subordinators of possibility. They are if, as if, whether, unless. The fourth part of subordinators include subordinators of place and manner, wherein we'll have words like wherever, where, how. And the fifth part of subordinates include subordinators of consequence, where you can see the words like accordingly, as a result, due to, so then, so that, since, hence, with the result, purpose, that, thus, otherwise, etc. The sixth one is subordinators of exception, where you could say aside from, however, in spite of, nevertheless, excluding, despite, etc. And you could see the important part of subordinators that called emphasis. Some words like above all, absolutely, in truth, naturally, surprisingly, furthermore, positively, etc. These are going to emphasize the idea in a sentence. Friends, now let's come to the linkers of addition. When we could use those things as additionally, further, in fact, moreover, similarly, equally, pursuing this, in the same way, likewise, and also again, etc. We have linkers of example, like as an example, in this case, chiefly, particularly, such as, to illustrate, in other words, especially, etc. There are linkers of summary. Well, we can use like accordingly, after all in all, consider, therefore, to sum up, on the whole, in short, in brief, in any case, finally, as a result, etc. Friends, now let's move on to the exercises. Maybe the use of linkers can be tested in various ways. I have given here two types of exercises wherein a sentence will be given, you are required to fill a suitable linker. Another type is a sentence will be given, you are required to rewrite the sentence using a suitable linker. While the first variety I am going to give you now, here you have to choose the appropriate linker to fill the blanks. Here I have given the first exercise that is about choosing appropriate linkers to fill in the blanks. While in this one I have given here 6 linkers. You have to fill each suitable linker to the appropriate sentence. Well, the first sentence is, I don't go for work. Blank, I was sick and I had to see the doctor. For this one, the most appropriate linker is because. The second sentence is, she is good at sports. Blank in studies. For this sentence, you can fill the word as well as. This is going to be a perfect match for this blank. Third sentence is, facing a lot of troubles, he kept moving on and succeeded. For this blank, you can use the word despite. The fourth sentence, we should not spend more, blank we earn. For this, than is a correct linker. The fifth one is, we went out even, blank, the weather was bad. For this sentence, you can use the word though. Well, the last sentence in this exercise is, blank, we arrived late. All the best seats had been taken. Well, for this one, since we arrived late, all the best seats had been taken. Well, let's move on to second exercise. It's a kind of same as previously we have done. Here is an example. The first example is, we could not go for school for years, blank, of COVID-19 pandemic. For this one, because of can be used. Come to the second sentence. My dad scolded me, blank, knowing it was not my mistake. For this sentence, the most appropriate linker is despite. The third sentence. These students are good in studies, blank in sports. Well, for this as well as can be used. Let's come to another exercise where you will be given a sentence and you have to rewrite the sentence using linkers given within the brackets. The first sentence is, he exercised regularly. He did not want to be overweight. In the bracket it's given since. By the use of the linker since, you have to rewrite the sentence. Well, how can we rewrite the sentence? It's very simple. We could write like, since he did not want to be overweight, he exercised regularly. Next sentence, there has been enough rain this year. Vegetables and fruits are expensive. In bracket it's given nevertheless. Well, you could rewrite as, there has been enough rain this year. Nevertheless, vegetables and fruits are expensive. Third sentence, the artist hired a bodyguard. She did not want to be aggressed. You can use the linker in order to rewrite the sentence. While in this sentence, you can see in order to not to be aggressed, the artist hired a bodyguard. Come to the fourth example. This example reads as Hari likes tennis. Srinu prefers basketball. In the bracket it is given whereas. Well, by the use of linker whereas, you have to rewrite the sentence. It can be written as Hari likes tennis whereas Srinu prefers basketball. Come to the fifth sentence. This sentence reads as there was too much noise in our neighborhood. We managed to sleep. So in bracket it is given in spite of. Use of this in spite of will help you to rewrite the sentence. Well, it can be written as in spite of too much noise in our neighborhood, we managed to sleep. Well, the sixth sentence. They wanted to relax. They went to the country in the weekend. And in the bracket it's given so that. By use of linker so that, you have to rewrite the sentence. Well, it can be written as they wanted to relax so that they went to the country in the weekend. Seventh sentence. It was too cold inside, so she turned on the heater. In bracket it's given because as the linker. It can be written as she turned on the heater because it was too cold inside. The eighth sentence. He has good computer skills. He wasn't considered for the job. In bracket it's given despite. By use of the linker despite, you have to rewrite the sentence. It can be written as despite he has good computer skills, he wasn't considered for the job. Ninth sentence. Alan and his sister don't enjoy rock music. Within bracket it's given neither nor. Well, by the use of this linker, you can rewrite as neither Alan nor his sister enjoy rock music. Here it's given as did she visit Uncle Tom while she was staying in Belfast? In bracket it's given during. Well, you can rewrite sentence as did she visit Uncle Tom during her stay in Belfast? 11th sentence. I did not have a shower this morning. My hair was really dirty all day. In bracket it is given so. It can be rewritten as I did not have a shower this morning, so my hair was really dirty all day. 12th sentence. I love summer. I hate getting on underground in the heat. Within a bracket, it's given however. This can be rewritten as I hate getting on the underground in the heat. However, I love summer. I did not eat any crisps. I ate an ice cream. Within bracket, it's given but. Well, it can be rewritten as I did not eat any crisps, but I ate an ice cream. Come to the 14th question. I thought the documentary was interesting. I would have liked to see more interviews. Within brackets given nevertheless. It can be written as I thought the documentary was interesting. Nevertheless, I would have liked to see more interviews. Well, the 15th sentence is I bought a dog. I really wanted a pet. In bracket, the linker is given as because. Now we can rewrite the sentence as I bought a dog because I really wanted a pet. Well, these are some of the exercises. Friends, this is all about linkers. I'm sure you enjoyed this video. Friends, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and also hit the bell button for notifications. And never forget to like my video and share it to your friends. Friends, thank you very much for watching this video till the end. And let's meet in the next video. Till then, take care.